This is Robert Merdlanchi, the MindShare Learning Report, Canada's Learning and Technology e-magazine. Happy Monday and welcome to this week in Canadian EdTech MindShare TV special moment with EdTech startup winner Aman Sahota, who is the co-founder and CEO of EI Amplified, on sustaining a growth mindset, their product roadmap, infusing AI, and how they're adapting to the new normal of ChatGPT making its way into education. Exciting times ahead, Aman. Thank you for joining me this afternoon.
Thanks, Robert. It's always a pleasure. Glad to be on.
And congratulations on recently graduating from one of the number of incubators you are part of up in Brampton. Talk to me a little bit about that and the value of being part of these learning communities, if you will.
For sure. We recently graduated from actually two programs, one being the Shared and Edge Social Impact Catalyst. That really had a great focus on embedding sustainability into your work, embedding empathy, and including that in your design thinking process. Through that, we got introduced to some great mentors, made some strong connections, also received a small grant as well, which is obviously a plus. That program was really focused on putting sustainability at the heart of innovation, which I think is critical in terms of trying to meet those UN Sustainable Development Goals, which the Schools of the Future Challenge is really focused on. We also recently received the Starter Company Plus grant as well and graduated from that program. That was really critical in terms of learning how to create good business plans, how to create good financial statements, and being able to make strong projections, and also speaking about the power of networking and having strong connections. So we were blessed to be a part of those two programs, receive a bit of money, but overall the learning experience is valued above all. And I highly recommend that people within the GTA look into these programs and see how they can participate because the Summer Company Plus program is coming for students for
Absolutely. And that's through the city of Mississauga. Does the city of Brampton offer something similar, I presume?
Yeah, so we were actually did it through the city of Brampton with the Starter Company Plus program, and then Mississauga has one. Each city typically has one every year.
Well, I have to say, we're very proud to have you here at the Mindshare Workspace as part of being, mentored by us and having won our past Canadian EdTech Leadership Summit Startup Challenge, which, as many folks know, one of our past winners is now made unicorn status, valued at 1.5 billion in paper learning out of Montreal, and Phil Cutler, the co-founder and CEO. And so no pressure, man. How does that make you feel? You're in good company.
Yeah, I think it's an honor to be mentioned among such great names, and really having a high standard and having high expectations for myself will really push my growth. So every time you mention that, it's always a reminder to me that we have a lot more work to be done, and it's a journey that takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of dedication. I got the chance to connect with Phil a few times through you, and he was able to provide some great advice, some great tips as well. So I feel like while I'm on this journey of trying to reach what Phil's reaching to, I'm always willing to help other ed tech startups just like you are and helping them to reach their journey. And really, education is about collaboration and being able to innovate together. So I'm really excited to make that journey and a lot of work to do.
I will say this: part of the journey is being part of network communities, and you are everywhere. You attend many events, and through those events, right, you learn, right, you learn through conversations and networks and building your community of leaders, and sustaining that growth mindset is absolutely critical, right? And you do such a great job at that, and that would have taken a page or two from me and what we do, and that's part of my inspiration in writing the book, the art of networking in the digital age, that we will be releasing later this fall. So talk to me about encouraging other startups to do the same, and the value that you found in building your network.
Yeah, I feel like now that we're finally back in person, it's great to be able to attend events, be able to connect with people. There's something different about having an online conversation and seeing someone in person and being able to network. Also, people are more receptive to you being in person and being able to attend these events. Um, Also, every event has its own kind of specialty or niche that it really focuses on. We're able to build strong connections. The past few months, I've been blessed to be able to go to Queens Park Legislative Building near the U of T campus, meet a lot of people from government, hear their perspective on education and how it shapes our society. A lot of Black History Month events as well that I was able to attend and hear from past legends in a sense, like Jean Augustine, who was one of the reasons we had Black History Month today. Learn from Zenaida Conde, first female MP as well, and be able to hear their stories and really draw from that. Also, being able to attend like the Dell Technologies event with you was a great experience looking at AI in education, being able to chat with CTOs, make strong connections there, and just see where everyone's mind is really with the new generation that we're living in. I think we're moving into what I like to call the artificial revolution in the next few years. So it's going to be very interesting to see where we end up. But attending events is really a good place to find mentors, build strong partnerships, and build strong relationships.
Well, very cool. I like the notion of the AI revolution, and that's a great segue to your product roadmap as you're infusing AI into your services. You, I've heard you speak about ChatGPT and drawing an analogy to EI Amplified. Talk to me about how, without giving away your trade secrets, of course, what we could expect in the coming year. Paint a picture for us on how you are going to help transform learning, because we talk here about diversity being our strength, and you really drill down to understand and get a pulse from the crowd and what people are thinking within the heart of school districts and community organizations.
Yeah, really, with our roadmap, what we're looking to do is understand the needs of each community group. The way we've been collecting data, in my opinion and many other people's opinions, has been systemically discriminatory. We've been asking people to place numerical values on how they feel about equity, diversity, inclusion, well-being, mental health, but this goes a lot deeper than a numerical value, right? We only use quantitative measures because school boards, many of them, they don't have resources to go through large-scale qualitative tests and to be able to understand the needs of students. So often they're forced to really use quantitative measures, but that doesn't capture the full picture. What we're really looking to do is to be able to understand the needs of people of different age, ethnicity, gender, socioeconomic status, location, and combine those filters to really get a deep insight into what the student really needs. With the power of AI, you can now provide regular analysis. Typically, with school boards, survey is done. For example, student census is a huge buzz right now going around the GTA. Those surveys will be distributed and then results will come out maybe a year or two later. With our approach, we're essentially asking open-ended questions like you would to ChatGPT, but instead of asking AI a question, we use our AI to ask students the question, and we break down the language they use to understand the different emotions and needs of students while accounting for the demographical background. But really, our goal is to be able to accelerate change now. So instead of being able to do annual reports, let's collect data on a monthly basis in order to see how people's emotions have changed over time. Are these new initiatives, training policies, directives, are they really impacting students in a positive way, or is it more so checking a box? And we're really unpacking all of that with our set of tools. And also, while we're doing that, we're working with government and not for profits to better understand the needs of the community, because the only way we can understand the needs of the community is by letting them present their authentic voice. And the only way to dissect that data is through AI. So super exciting stuff for us.
Well, kudos to you for that, and for all that you do for the community. You are very engaged. You're a proud graduate of University of Toronto, Mississauga, and the Peel District School Board. We are part of an Air Mills Connects community that has produced a fabulous document about kids thriving beyond high school, and it's a roadmap for them to chart their career course. And it's not a direct path, is it?
Definitely not. I think we talk about it a lot. It's all about being adaptable, being resilient, and then having a purpose. I know you'll say passion has no clock, so being able to really hone in on that and be able to find out what you're passionate about, so it doesn't feel like you're working. It feels like you're living life and constantly learning and whatever you're trying to do. And I feel like the document does a great job in exploring that with the self awareness really component first. getting people to understand themselves is the most critical component in being able to find your purpose. And then giving them the different pathways along with a whole bunch of different tools. Like, for example, I know the entrepreneurship section, we did a lot of work on that. And it was really based off of how we connected. We talked about iCube, UTM, how they connected us for your startup challenge, and how from that we essentially built a strong relationship. And he helped bring us into Air Mills Connects. And it's all really about mentorship and being able to grow and collaborate together. So great document, great resource. And I know we'll be doing a session next week, Monday, at John Fraser Secondary School. So very excited about that. Oh, Robert, you're muted.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that as well, Aman. Well, in the interest of time and getting you to where you got to go to your next meeting, grateful for your time this afternoon. Kudos for your continued innovative spirit and engagement in our community, and exciting times ahead. So stay tuned for EI Amplified's product launch that will be coming later this fall.
Yep, that's correct. We're having a product launch and running a few pilots. We're actually starting our first pilot in the US, which is super
And
exciting.
and if they're interested in piloting or becoming part of this, where could they learn more?
You can email me at aman@eiamplified.com and or connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. And, even if you're just looking to bounce some ideas off you, happy to connect. Happy to help in
And
whatever
of
way
course, we'll be doing one of your product launches here at the Mindshare Workspace in the Air Mills Town Center in the great city of Mississauga, as Mayor McCallion used to say. Um, that concludes this conversation with past Startup Challenge winner Aman Sahota, who is the co-founder and CEO of EI Amplified out of Brampton, and the Mindshare Workspace here in the Air Mills Town Center. My name is Robert Merlacci, the Mindshare Learning Port, and be sure to check out www.mindshare.learning to get your latest issue, share your news, and until next time, stay learning curve steep.
Thanks, Rob.